couple things going on with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Um, the latest it's got my mind boggled. You know, the latest has Tara Roberts, who was the property manager on the island that Johnny Depp has. Tara Roberts, in her declaration, said that she witnessed Amber assaulting Johnny, clawing at him, grabbing him and pushing him around, pulling at him, and he was yelling at her, telling her to leave him alone. But he didn't do anything. He didn't stand up for himself or anything. And he didn't push her away. He didn't hit her. He didn't do anything. He just was yelling at her to leave him alone. But meanwhile, she's assaulting him. And he came away with a gash on his nose. And his kids were at the island when all this happened. His kids were at that island. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it's not like it surprises me. I mean, they were there a lot. You know, they were there in Tokyo and they were all hanging out. They were there, I think they were in London or another part of the world with Amber and Johnny. And it wouldn't surprise me if they saw stuff, if they saw more than that. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. And Tara Roberts said that they were there. And she didn't actually clarify whether or not they saw the abuse or not. But their father had a gash on his nose. You know, he might have told them that it was something else. But, which would make sense. You know, he doesn't want them involved in all that. You know? But didn't stop Amber. Never stops an abuser. You're trying to make things peaceful for your kids. You're trying to make things nice. You're trying to have a nice vacation, nice getaway. And then somebody turns around and starts getting violent. And it just doesn't make sense. But then again, this is textbook abuser shit. You know, it's not supposed to make sense to us. You know, makes sense to them. That's the only one it makes sense to. So, next we have a bunch of texts that were sent between Christian Carino, who is a talent agent at Creative Artists Agency. And he was working with Johnny and Amber in 2016 to try to get them a secret meeting in San Francisco where they can talk. You know, they weren't supposed to be meeting or anything like that because of the restraining order, but, you know, they did it. And it was Amber's idea. It was Amber's idea. Johnny wanted to do it because he still loved her, but it was her idea. And then, you know, it didn't go real well. The meeting apparently didn't go real well. And Johnny was confiding in Christian Carino, saying, you know, her allegations are a flat out lie, and I'm not going to have a fake wife beater charge on me, an undeserved wife beater charge, because he never hit her. So, and he was adamantly denying it the whole time, but still saying that he loved her because he did. And, you know, and that he wanted a fresh start with her and to try to make things work. But wasn't going to work. Wasn't going to happen. Because Amber wouldn't let it go. You know, she wouldn't let go of the allegations. You know, she kept pushing at them. And so anyway, so Johnny's going back and forth with Christian Carino, and so's Amber. She's saying all kinds of stuff like, oh, tell him I just want him to know I love him and I'm sorry, you know, all that stuff that she was putting out there. That's the latest texts that were uncovered by her. about her. So, she stalked him, and Adam Waldman was saying, she was stalking him. And and then the whole thing with Christian Carino, Amber was going to try to make it like Johnny broke the NDA and was trying to get in touch with her. Gaslighting again. Trying to, luring him down to San Francisco to talk, and then turning around and telling her lawyers and telling the press or whatever that he broke the NDA when she's stalking him. Man, these narcissists are too much. It wears on me, I'm sure it wore on Johnny worse. I can't even imagine living through that. I can't even imagine having to relive all that right now. Holy shit. And they're going to be they might be in the same room together, but I think it's safe to say after 4 years, he's not playing. He's done. He's not playing around. So, but I'm overwhelmed. And I'm very, I just do not like that woman. I do not like that woman. And I am hoping that she is publicly brought to such justice that she has to apologize or leave the Hollywood thing. Kind of just slither back to Texas and get a place and live her miserable life somewhere else. And we don't have to see her again doing some kind of appearance on some activist, event, some kind of cause, that she's acting like this human rights champion or some bullshit. She makes me physically sick. She makes me physically sick. But I have to try to step back out of it, to the extent. I mean, not step out of it. I mean, I'm here to defend Johnny Depp. I'm not here to, defend Amber Heard. I'm here to defend Johnny Depp. So it doesn't matter what Amber Heard does, because she's just doing what every narcissist does. And she's hurting people. She's hurting more people than Johnny right now. She's hurting those women that she stood up for in the Women's March. She's all of those women that marched. She's hurting real women who have suffered real domestic violence. She's hurting. And she's hurting me, because I did suffer domestic violence years ago when I was living with a guy. He became physically abusive toward the end of our relationship, but the entirety of our relationship, he was verbally and mentally abusive, and just constantly stringing me under his thumb the entire time. And I really felt like he was right. I felt, he had me believing that I was a piece of shit, and that everybody is just humoring me in my family, my friends, and nobody wanted to tell me the truth. But he was telling me the truth, that I'm not right. And he kept at me and kept at me. And finally I got fed up and I told him that, and then he hit me. So I've been through all that shit. I've been through being underneath a negative spell. It's not a pretty feeling. It's just I just feel for Johnny, but I admire him for his strength, his bravery, his courage, his faith. And I'm going to keep fighting for him. No matter what, I'm going to keep fighting for him, because if I can make any difference in his life or anybody else's life, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep fighting for him. Amber Heard is a washed up piece of trash, but she's not going to keep me away. She's not going to harm me or anybody else by keeping me silent, because it's so painful to even look at her stuff. And it is painful, but that doesn't mean, I'm not slithering away. She's slithering away. She doesn't even know it. She's slithering away by desperately trying to find all these texts that somehow prove Johnny an abuser. She knows her goose is cooked. She's just desperately trying to run away from it by saying, no, this really happened. The only thing she can do is just admit that she lied. But try to get her to do that. It's like trying to get a narcissist to admit that he has some faults or she has some faults and can work on themselves. Yeah, sure. Doesn't happen. Sometimes they fake it, but it doesn't happen. So anyway, this was just mainly a quick weigh in, and it also to keep you updated on what's going on and my commentary and everything like that. And I think I got everything. I think. Did I mention? Yeah, I mentioned Stephen Deuters. I think. Yeah, she was. She has the text that she had with Stephen Deuters apparently, and which don't really prove anything. And and then these texts with Christian Carino. She thought they were going to damn Johnny in some way. They didn't. They damned her. Be careful what you wish for. That's what Adam Waldman said. And he's right. So anyway, I'll be back with more. You guys hang tight, and we'll all hang tight, because it's worth it to keep fighting and to keep holding our head high and to keep the truth alive. Thank you.